Hello everyone. So today I have a junk journal to share, and it's been far too long because I'm such a slow maker. Now, this journal starts out in this hard case, and the cover is made from this book that I found, this vintage book, Alice's Adventures Underground. So this particular junk journal, I was limited in how wide I could make it because I wanted to reuse this sturdy case. Now, I have a question to put for my viewers here. Do you think that I should decorate this outside of this case some? Or do you think I should just leave it plain like this? And so this is it's kind of just a bound book box that came with the original book. And then this is the original book cover with this original detail here. And I can't, if I'm going to use this, I cannot do anything with I can't really do anything on the outside. I'm already to the constraints of the thickness of this by adding just a little bit of ephemera on the inside of my journal. But it was a good challenge, and I think it works out pretty well. And I'm going to do some more Alice in Wonderland themed journals in which I will make the cover myself, so I won't be constrained to the thickness of this spine here, which will be great. So going inside, I'll try to keep the talking to the minimum so that I don't lose my voice. These are the original first pages of the book. It has this lovely kind of, I don't know what that is. It's not texture, but yeah, I'm not going to say. So then I've used some papers from Stamperia, and then maybe another kind. You can ask me in the comments, and I can search up that information. I love the back side of these kind of cut apart tags. And then this one looks like I should cover that, because this was actually the cover of the paper pack, 12 by 12. Yeah, so I will just add a scrap of paper onto that. I'm going to set it over here, so hopefully I remember that. I have put these pieces of paper here and then just left the very top of it for a possible place to tuck things. She's glued all the way down, Alice, looking up. I used my cutter to cut some of these elements out of the paper. I have a scan and cut now, which I'm still learning how to use it. Here's a spot to label. Again, this page here and this page were part of the original book, and then I just glued the side. I folded this part over and glued the sides so that it is a pocket here. And this is part of that paper pad. I might round the corners on this, I'm not sure. And then I added some here and left this open out of paper. This is a fabric washi that's covering the seam between my hidden spine that I've added in with the papers. And these are some fun papers that I got at Daiso. They pop up. So I've just included them in here, just right there. There's again, this is from the book, the original page, but these are the ones now that I've stitched in a single signature. And I used the pamphlet stitch, and you can't really see too much of that because it's intentionally hidden. I don't know, let me see if I can get inside. I had a little 1/2 inch piece of scrap cardstock, such as this item here, and I stitched my papers. First I scored down the center, folded it, which I'm not going to do with this little scrap, and then stitched the paper signature right into that 1/2 inch. A small item to work with, and then I glued it in here, and then I just covered the join here. Hopefully that'll make sense. Original book. This is part of the Stamperia pad. I've added some doilies, and then she is part of that pad. Here is an original book page. I've just put some tissue paper on there to kind of hide it a bit, so you could maybe write on it. This is, I'm going to use this, left open here for tucking. That flips out. Some paper that I've glued on here. Isn't he cute? And I've just left, supposed to leave part of his face, but it got glued a bit. Just left part of his face. I might have to open that up a little bit, and his arm in case you want to tuck something. But again, I have to be careful how many things I stick in here because it'll get too thick. Aren't these beautiful papers here? There's some of the original book page here, and I wanted to leave some of this illustration, but I've done a corner pocket here. This flips up. I just rounded the corner edge there. And then we have some tags that came as cut aparts in the paper pad. And then this here I've left open. It's a couple doilies stacked, and then some of the fussy cut imagery from the pad. Love this paper. This paper I think I bought separately. It's not this. I don't know if it's Stamperia, but I bought it off scrapbook.com quite a time ago. Here's the doubled up doily folded over, and I've just glued on these that were fussy cut out of the paper pad. And then these two came from an ephemera pack. This is Echo Park. So I think this page right here, this paper right here, and a couple of the papers might be from the Echo Park collection. But there's the ephemera pack there, and that's for these two, and I've inked around the edges. And then I made, for the center of the signature, I made an envelope that I just used on a little punch board, and so this is that paper from Echo Park, I believe. And can you see there? And there's the center of the signature, and some, actually this twine was a little bit thick, and I don't even know, I picked it because it's blue and white, and it looks, if you can see that, very similar, but you know, you end up not even seeing it, so maybe I should have, it was a struggle to stitch it in because it's a little bit too thick, so I should have picked something thinner. I just used a, this thing, cutting mat, that's what it's called, and an X-Acto knife to slice open that so it can hold it closed. I don't think, yeah, I didn't have anything in there, so something else can be put in there. You know, if the person who ends up with this journal wants, they can use the book jacket, or they can not and stuff it to their heart's content, or they can take some of the ephemera out and choose what they want. So here's a little cut apart, fussy cut, and again, that was from the actual paper pad cover, which I love that they have on the back side of the paper pad cover, they have things you can cut out and use. And I'm not going to bother covering that up, but again, double doilies. I used a circle here, and then this was from the Echo Park pack. This was also, I inked around the edges here, and I left that open. The other side of this doily, I guess I didn't embellish that at all, but that's okay. I like the simple look there. I think I'll leave it. This is one from the cover of the paper pad that I actually did remember to cover with just a scrap of coffee dyed paper. So we'll leave that in there. This here is like a journaling card, a large journaling card, and I've just scored it here and folded it over so that it can flip up, so you can, if you want, you can read the original text from this book page. And then here's that. This is part of a sticker that has, oh, kind of far away there, the rabbit. I just cut him out of the sticker pad. It had kind of, anyway. Okay, so on this page here I have done a belly band, and this is an interesting element here. I've made a little interactive element because I love making it interactive. There's not really a purpose, but if you want to, you can move the clock around, and I guess the clock, the little pocket watch, you could stick something on the side of it. It's not going to hold it super well, but that is something that can move. And then I just embellished with these heart and spade, and then here's another journal card from the Stamperia pad. Isn't he cute? I love that illustration style, and then that just kind of tucks in there. The belly bands aren't super tight, so they don't hold things super well. Then here is Fussy Cut Rabbit. He's adorable, and behind him I have, oh dear, I shall be late, a little tag. And again, this was from the cover, so I covered it up with some green graph paper and a little scrap there. And then this journal card here, which it looks a lot like that, so that's why I stuck it in this side. And then beautiful illustration from the original book pages. Then we have, again, another spot here. This is just a scrap from like a coffee dyed business envelope. I think it got a little, no it didn't, there we go. And so it's open, and then I just glued her on. She's fussy cut out. probably from the cover of that paper pad, I'm not sure. I guess that fits that way too, and so there can be something added there. On this side, love the hearts. It's a bit busy, you know, but you can add photo mats or whatever, you know, wanted to use there. And then I have another doily here with a scrap of the other side of this card paper. I don't want to bend it too much, but the other side of this card paper has the backs of the cards. So, and actually, let me just grab, I have a whole bunch of ephemera left over. I will grab this to show you because I can't really explain it. So there is a paper pad that has this look, you know, and if you're so inclined, you can fussy cut out the individual cards, and look at that. It looks quite real, and yet it's not as thick as a playing card, much more easy to use. So I liked that piece of paper from the pad, and then I just staggered these three here, and then I had a scrap there. It's sometimes hard to use double-sided paper when you're only using one side of it, such as this, because it's like, oh, I don't want to waste the other side. But here we go. It was a full 12 by 12 sheet, so I still have some individual cards, and I still have a little bit of the paper that has that pattern. This guy is fussy cut out from that paper pad cover, and then this is a journal card cut apart. I love this, but you can write on that, so just stick that side in there, and they just peek out like that. And then on this beautiful patterned cut paper here, I have fussy cut the cat and just glued most of him. It's a little fragile here with the branch, but you know, the hind end of Kitty, the Cheshire cat, is not quite on. And you know, since I used my brother's Scan and Cut, and I don't know, I need to take a class or something on how to use it. It hasn't cut it out perfectly. I don't know if you can see there's a little bite out of the ear of the cat, but yeah, that machine is new to me. It did a good enough job on most of them. And then this one, you can see a little, can you see that? The little edges there, but curious, and oh, that is also from the cover page. So I got a lot of things. I just stuck that cover page, scanned it in with the brother Scan and Cut, and you know, had all these elements cut out. So again, this is from Daiso, and it's just one of like a glossy, you know, food bag snack thing. I've glued it down on the two sides so that it can also be used there, and also so you can lift it up and maybe read some of the text if you want. And then this is some of the original illustration. And then I have this little journal card inside. It can fit a wider one, but I didn't have something of that size handy. This is the other part of that sticker where I'd punched out the rabbit, and I just stuck that on there. Yes, I'm covering up some of the text, but... And then I decided to leave these last pages blank so that, you know, they can be decorated however a person wants, or they can just be plain, trying to, you know, embrace some simple. And so these are part of the original, like, cover here, and then you can see my little fabric washi there hiding the seam, and then we have the end, which of course had to keep that page, and then see how it's glued to this page here, and then the last. And that is it. So I am excited to make some more Alice in Wonderland themed junk journals, so subscribe and hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss that. Granted, it will take me a while. It took me a while to do this one because I do put a lot of effort into each and every one, and I've got all kinds of things going right now. But yeah, there will be some fun journaling things. There will also be cards coming up and art, so I hope you stay and join me for all of that, and I hope you have a wonderful and creative day today. Thanks. Bye.